Agreed. That one trick, man. I'm not gonna lie. That one trick actually got me. I can't really.
Which one? Yesterday's one?
Yeah, the one with the ring and the wand.
Hey, thanks. Well, we can chat about it. Hey, we're live. Everyone, welcome to episode 38. Let's roll that intro. Let's get some talking.
They're guys. They do magic. They are the Magic Guys.
And we're here with 4 magic guys.
Man, my timing is horrible. I just want to admit that openly. It's a secret, and like all good magicians, I can't tell secrets unless it's on a YouTube video. So join my YouTube channel at youtube.com/DougCon and subscribe.
Well, that was an early plug, Doug. That was early into the podcast.
Do you really need to plug that shit anymore, man? You're like
That's
the fastest growing channel on YouTube.
It's the joke. It's a joke. No, I had a trick planned.
You selfish plugging son of a bitch.
I had a trick. Here's the truth. I had an intro, a bit, a skit, and I was ready to go. And then suddenly we're live, and I can't get it ready in time for the whole, our intro.
Right, Josh, turn off the live. Turn off the live.
Can we reboot and then give me a second go? Can we start over?
Hang on. Everyone just shut your eyes, okay?
I'm not doing it that
Close
way.
your eyes and pretend like this just started.
They're guys. They do magic. They are the Magic Guys.
I'm not doing it that way. I am not doing it that way.
Truthfully, that's probably just as funny. That's just as funny.
That was better than the thing I had planned for sure. So thank you for that. All right, what's going on here?
We got Bob, Jason,
so you guys
Magic.
want to talk some stuff?
What's up?
Wait, and we have a guest. I was rude enough to step on our guest. We could.
Fuck that guy. He'll live.
All right, we'll continue.
Check this out. I'm gonna switch cams here. Boom. I have this little card display thingy here.
Oh,
it arrived. Yeah. Nice.
Chock full of love.
Yeah, I mean this is nothing, to be honest. This is very few of my decks. I got a lot of decks, boys. Yeah.
Nice.
But this thing's pretty dope. My friend.
Do you open them all? Do you open all the decks, or do you leave some closed?
Depends on how many of each I have. So, for example, like I'll use, if I only have one of the deck, I'll open it and use it.
Yeah.
But for example, in this case, this one here, I have like 3 or 4 of it, so I'll probably just leave one sealed for like as long as I can before I crack under the pressure.
Beautiful.
But the reason why I bring this up is that he laser etched my logo into it. Can you see that?
Oh, lovely.
How sick is that?
Nice.
Man? Some sick shit.
Is that a custom build, or is this something someone offers somewhere?
So it's something that he sells, but you can get it like as a single shelf or 3 shelves.
Oh, it's like a deck shelf.
Yeah. It's designed for.
We'll get a plug-in. Who are we plugging here?
Yeah, so we're plugging Samuel King from Vagabond Leather. I own a lot of that man's products. He's a good friend of mine, though. He's a street performer as well. And yeah, I own a lot of his shit, man. I literally have like this table that I use for magic here, this little one here. He made that. And then same with the coin cylinder I use. Same with the pocket portal. Have my wallet is made by him as well.
He makes that cylinder also, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
that's the thing I like.
Yeah, the reason why I bring that up as well is because I don't know how many of you know this, but he actually designed it with a little like mandolin into it. See that?
Oh, cool.
So it's actually, and he can do like custom designs too. So you could have like a cylinder with your logo in it and stuff like that. But yeah, this cylinder's dope as. What about you, Josh? You got a coin cylinder? Nope.
Man, I've got a coin pouch and I always, every time I bring it out at an event, I have to say, now this, by the way, is my man purse, not to be confused with a regular purse, because it's all I got if I'm using it. Yeah, I don't have any crazy
confidence, like making sure everyone knows you're still a man. And
look, I don't have any fancy pocket portals. All right, I'm just a regular guy doing some magic. So let's
a regular insecure guy.
Let's introduce Dan. Yeah. Let's introduce Dan. So, Jace, you invited this fine gentleman on.
Ladies, you make it sound like a chore. Yeah, thanks, Jace. You invited this idiot. So for those of you that don't know, Dan is a street performer from Sydney. I don't know. I just thought I'd just throw someone on the podcast. Why not? Like, why not? Why not, man? Why not?
Happy to be here.
No, you were chosen specifically, Daniel, because he cares about you. It's not just because why not, right, Jace? You were like, you gave it some thought, and you were like, okay, good.
I wouldn't even split pitch with this idiot. I just thought it'd be fun to have him on. Just thought it'd be fun.
Need someone to brighten up the scenery. That's about it, I guess. But you guys are all wearing loud shirts now as well.
We're getting there slowly.
I'm waiting on mine in the mail. Till then, you get grandpa wear.
Yeah. Dan, do you want to
send your watermelon shirt?
Let's give Dan the floor for 30 seconds. Tell the world about you and your involvement in Magic or what you do outside of Magic. Go for it, man.
30 seconds. I'll make this quick. I got into Magic because I used to play a lot of poker and there were cards around. And Australia managed to ban online poker because we can't have any fun. So after online poker was banned, I kind of got into Magic a lot more and started doing a bit of street Magic. Been doing it about 10 years now, so I'm a bit late to the game. I'm one of those few people that started as an adult rather than as a kid, but it's great, loving it. So I used to do a lot of street performing, starting to get into private shows and whatnot before everything shut down. And that's my story in 30 seconds.
Nice.
Maybe next time you could trim the fat a little. Unnecessary bits there.
I could have just taken a lead from Doug and started plugging all my online stuff as well, but I'll say that. Man.
Well, apparently that's how you get a big YouTube following. You just plug it all the time. Apparently it works.
It's not. You just post a video on Doug's channel and you blow up.
That's what it is.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though, Doug? Do you remember when I said that like old videos started going viral on TikTok?
Yes.
One of my videos just randomly bumped over 3.3 million views.
Woo.
This is a video that got like 500,000 and then died, and now it's like it's at 3.3 million.
What clip is that one? Which one is that?
Just the lazy 500,000.
Yeah. It's that man. Let me see if I can.
Is it the ball and base with the multiplying balls?
Yeah, there's that one there, and then also the 3 shell game suddenly started going up, so it went from being stuck at like 100K, now it's at 400,000.
Great.
And then
I think there's just some evil genius at TikTok that knows just how long we can wait till we're at our breaking point before they go, give them some algorithm for a day or two, let them keep the dream alive.
Give them some algorithm.
That's so true.
They can still go somewhere. Some bitch.
I mean, it's really unfair. I don't know. I was lamenting with the wife before this how TikTok is just really unmanageable in the brain. It's like
it feels like a chore, right? Like
what we were talking about is that maybe I certainly don't put the energy that I have into daily or even you've questioned 4 or 5 times a week, which I don't think is too much for TikTok. But now I'm like, man, let me just dial it back to like 3 and try to just do my best efforts. And
that's what I've been doing. Yeah. I dialed it back down to like 2 or 3 a week. Yeah.
I mean, I'd be willing to do more if there was more love from not just the platform, not just the. I get it. It's a busy platform. It's hard to get views shared everywhere, but it's just.
There's a guy that I started watching recently called Drew Gooden. Have you ever heard of him?
I don't know the name.
Oh yeah, well he's like a YouTuber now, so he's got like 4 million I think on YouTube.
Right. And nice.
But he originally started on Vine, and he was talking about like how his career started because of Vine, and it's exactly the same story that you and I are explaining right now, where we started on TikTok, we got some clout, we moved those over to different platforms, and then Vine died, right? So then he just kept going on the other platforms,
right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how most YouTubers made it big. David Dobrik, Logan Paul, they all came from the same place.
Yeah, they all came from Vine. Well, it's the only people that survive. It's like that got him guy, got him. These nuts. Got him. Like that guy just disappeared because he never did anything with his following.
Even Zach King started in Vine, and these are all millionaires. So that there might be a trait here,
Daniel, do you participate in the short form social media fun?
I do not.
No?
I tried to get him to for ages, and then he gave up.
You just enjoy your life.
Have you tested the waters? Like, have you dipped your toe in it at all, or you just say no thanks?
So at the start of lockdown 1.0, Jason and I were both making daily videos, putting them on Facebook and
Oh
YouTube.
yeah, I do recall that. Yours were actually very good, man. I do recall your content. Yeah, and for jumping in, I thought you did good work. Yeah. So what happened?
Well, I've just always performed and preferred longer form magic.
Yeah.
That's not to take away anything from what you guys do.
No, man, I dig it. It's a weird universe. And, I can't imagine that any of my mentors would think what I'm doing is sensible. But whatever. It's working for me. I'm not going to stop doing it yet. But, yeah, I get it. Magic is magic's a live art.
I've got two things going on at the moment, which are probably going to push me to start making more video content. But it's probably just going to be YouTube and Facebook again. I'm joining in with Josh and going through the Tarbell stuff. So I'm going to start filming some of that. And I've also started a magic book club with some friends. So every 2 weeks we're picking a book and going through it, and then we're going to sit down similar to this and just talk about it.
I love that.
A few things. Yeah.
What about OnlyFans?
Yeah, I don't think I have the body for that anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's not stopping Bob. So,
Hey.
Yeah, dude, Bob's a special case, though. Bob has the secret sauce, you know what I'm saying? So who we got in the chat here today? We got Thomas Conger, Bob Possible, Bear Magic 2002, Gutbuster Mike, and Paul with a Fro.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
Yeah, I got to give a quick credit to Paul with the Fro, man. His linking rings are getting good. Have you seen it lately?
I did see his last one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting clean as hell, man.
I actually watched his last ring video more than once on purpose. So congratulations, Paul.
Yeah, yeah, that's it, right? Like he's getting clean, man. He's getting clean.
And we're week 2 into the Tarbell Magic Challenge. Speaking of books and stuff.
What?
Jesus is right. I've been like so surprised cracking open these books and seeing what secrets are in there that are like. There.
It's all in there. Like I wanted to do the retention. I said, "Is that in Tarbell?" And I looked, "Oh yeah, it's in there." Of course it's in there.
Yeah,
in volume 1.
Josh did the ring trick. It was obscene. It was quite good.
Yeah, agreed.
Thanks, Matt. I saw it and I was like, "How is this book, almost 100 years old, and like I'm just learning this secret now?" It's good stuff. And here, and most magicians, here we are on like Penguin Magic, trying to see what the new thing is. And this book's been sitting in my room for like 3 years, untouched.
FYI, I'm just throw it out. Gary Kurtz has a version of that trick where he hands a pencil to a husband and a wife. He threads their finger rings on the pencil, and he steps away, and the finger rings come together on the pencil that they are holding.
You did what with who? Sorry.
That is a killer. That is like
that's nice.
Yeah. You're not touching anything.
That's nice.
And it's the rings of the husband and the wife. Very. Man, I shouldn't have even.
I love that.
I shouldn't be mentioning that trick. It's so good.
That is great.
Tarbell, man, it's got some shit. There's this trick that you can do in Tarbell that I learned actually years ago. It was like one of the few tricks from Tarbell that I took away. And it's when you borrow someone's hat and you use your own hat, and it uses four balls, and one by one the balls travel across from one hat to the other, and it's actually a really sick method it's like impromptu. It's just fucking nice, just a nice trick. Like this
sounds like it should be on a Tarbell challenge video.
You would think I would do those videos, right? But no.
I feel like you were one of the first advocates of doing it.
It's not that I didn't want to do it, man. It's just that I'm starting to get cabin fever over here. I'm struggling with day-to-day life now because I've been in lockdown for so long that it's actually hard to concentrate. It's hard to do anything. I actually lose track of the time and days. Like yesterday I was asleep. I woke up at 4 p.m, right? And then I went to bed last night at like 6 a.m. Like, it's just crazy. It's out of hand. It's very, very, very hard.
I'm not quite losing track of the time yet, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you just got back from being in a place of work, though, right? So you had things to do.
Yeah, and I was allowed to go outside,
I've been stuck in this bloody apartment since the moment I landed here.
Is there any sense of relief?
No.
No.
No, we have no end in sight.
It's going to get worse before it gets better.
It's so they seem to have put a clamp on it so quickly. It's Is
No,
there
they
a
didn't though. That's the
case?
problem. They put all these restrictions without putting restrictions in place. So really what we've got is this situation where everyone's losing all of their work and business and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But there's zero end in sight. There's no progress. Like we're actually getting more cases now than like ever before, pretty much.
It's so bizarre, right?
Yesterday was like 300 or some shit like that. It was insane.
Wow. Brisbane only just got out of lockdown, but now
but you guys actually locked down. It's like lockdown.
Sure.
No one's allowed to go 5 kilometers away from their house. You know what I mean? Whereas
For
here
sure,
they're like,
but-
all right, lock down, but everyone can still go to work. And you're like, okay, so
yeah,
basically what you're saying is no fun.
Except for us. Yeah, everyone can go to work except for magicians. Even in Brisbane, you know, even though the lockdown ended, I have nothing on this month, like nothing, because everyone's got scared. You know, people can't travel from other cities to, you know, come to people's weddings or whatever. It's so even though the lockdown's finished, it's not finished, you know.
But no one was sure when it was going to finish either, so that's probably another issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
that's,
sure.
The one in
that's just
Sydney,
the arts,
we're
though,
going to
right?
be in lockdown for the rest of the year. We are not getting out of this anytime soon.
Don't tell Jason that. He'll look
No,
like
I mean,
Moses by the
Well,
end.
so as a friend, I'm going to recommend some exercise, maybe
No,
some
I have been.
meditation.
I've been making sure to stretch and stuff like that, but it's just you know, there's only so much you can do to keep your mind occupied before you just start to go a little nuts.
Even exercising outdoors, you have to wear a mask now as well, which is terrible if you're trying to exercise hard. You can't breathe through a mask. It's not good.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I mean, people are getting
meditation.
arrested.
How about that? I'm a
People are
fan
getting
of
arrested
the-
for exercising for suspicion of being out of the house longer than an hour.
I've just been exercising my liver and drinking more than usual. So
Nice.
I'm a fan of the herbal remedies, and if it wasn't for that, I probably would have gone crazy last year, long before any success happened. So that's what I do.
look, if I didn't get drug tested at my other job, I'd be all over that.
Yep, it's getting
So
pretty
what-
lenient in the States. So.
Have we talked about what your other job is yet?
No, I don't think we mentioned it.
No, tell us about the stripping life. I'm curious, man. Dive into it.
Yeah, well, like I said, the body's wearing down, so business is slowing down as well. You know, dudes just don't want to see this anymore. Oh yeah,
That's the spirit.
Love it.
I want to see it. Show us.
Well, you can only see from here up. I'm not wearing pants at the moment. Just say the word.
He's actually not wearing an undershirt either. It's just he hasn't been in the sun for a while. It's only his neck that gets out there. What? All right. What about let's? How about we talk about the Olympics for a second? I don't think we brought it up right on any podcast yet.
You're talking about the Magic Olympics, FISM 2022.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Facebook just showed me my memories of going to Magic Live 3 years ago, like today, on this day 3 years ago. Man, that was hard to watch. Watch back.
Anyway, so
God
the
damn it.
Olympics. What about
the Olympics
specifically? Like the guy that knocked over all the water bottles, or
The Australian dude who got kicked out for testing positive, not for COVID, but for cocaine. That's my favorite story.
He's like, everyone's going to be busy testing for COVID. I can sneak through.
Yeah. Well, there
Clever guy.
was an American sprinter, and I think she got before the Olympics even started, they banned her from competing because she tested positive for weed. But she was like going to clean up every event, and everyone on social media was going, "Tell you what, if you're getting stoned every day and you're still winning the 100-meter sprint, you deserve that medal."
Yeah, that's because that's not a performance-enhancing drug.
I mean, you can argue that it does increase your recovery, but you know it's very minimal, and you know it's legal in most of the world now. So I don't know why they're still testing.
So you could make an argument that it's good for you. It's, you know.
You would be hard-pressed making an argument that it's bad for you.
Yeah,
if you ask me.
I know all the arguments. And
I feel bad for these. I feel bad for these Olympic people, man. Did you see the dude doing the running race? It was like the 3-lap race, and then one of the guys just ran too far, missed his corner by like 20 meters, and he was winning the race, and then he lost. It's like, oh shit!
Damn.
I saw a great women's race where the woman fell down and it was at the back of the pack on the last lap of
And
the
she
mile.
still won.
Oh yeah,
She won.
yeah.
That was an amazing thing, right? Yeah.
That was crazy. What about that high jump guy that just wore like the massive sunglasses?
I didn't see him.
And like He like shared gold with France.
Oh yeah, I did see the share gold thing.
But he looked like what's that superhero with the one eye that can has the lasers?
Cyclops.
Yeah, he had like a Cyclops style pair of yeah, he like sunglasses that wrapped around that looked like one thing. You know, but he has like African descent in him, so he just like he just looks like he's from The Incredibles or something. But he's like smashing this high jump and ended up sharing gold with this other guy. But it was
all I can think of now is like that guy with the visor where he's like, "Woman, where is my super suit?"
Yeah.
It's in the cupboard. Why do you need it? Woman, I need my super suit. There's a villain attacking the city. It's for the greater good. I am the greatest good you're ever gonna get.
That's who he looked like. That guy.
What movie is that?
Way too
Frozone. The Incredibles.
Frozone.
Oh, The Incredibles. Okay.
Yeah, Frozone.
Man,
You forget Frozone, man. Frozone was like
it's been a while.
Character.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Frozone won.
Thirsty. I'm just getting a drink of water.
Yeah, Frozone won the Olympic high jump this year.
Good.
So,
he deserves it. Frozone's a badass.
This year, breakdancing was meant to be in the Olympics for the first time.
Really?
I don't think I didn't see it.
Like socially distance.
That's because everyone tested positive for weed.
Is that why the Magic hasn't been in the Olympics yet?
You got to socially distance. Can't have people picking cards.
I'm wondering how anyone is getting through the skateboarding event, to be honest.
No, I see. That's so cool that skateboarding is an event. I love that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And there's a lot of events. Cool. Did you guys? You know what I did watch? I did watch the ping pong.
Oh, that's incredible.
You know what I find fucking insane is you watch a tennis match and they're like, all right, whoop, and then maybe the guy hits it back once and then the game's over. With ping pong though, they fucking hit this tiny ball across the table, and before you know it, they're like 10 meters away from the table on either end, slamming this ball back and forth for like fucking ages, man. It's so crazy to watch. Crazy. Yeah. Just you can't even see it. Like you just have to assume they're hitting the ball because you can hear it, but you can't see it. So it's like crazy shit, man.
That's something Yuki and you could do in lockdown. I'm sure you could fit one in your room.
What, become a ping pong champion?
Yeah, why not? Yuki has the dedication for anything, so I'm sure she could do it.
She'd fucking hose me in that too. She's too good at things. No, I just set up
what else did I watch?
Yeah, I just keep setting up my studio. So it keeps evolving.
Dope.
What?
I watched the gymnastics as always, just to feel inferior about my body now. That was crazy, watching them.
Yeah, it must be rough, man. Must be rough looking like that, eh? I'm sorry to hear, Josh.
It's difficult. I can only do a single backflip. I can't do a double twist like they can. So it's hard to watch.
Simone Biles just a freak of nature with that. Just to do a double backflip is unfathomable in my brain. Like seriously, magically unfathomable. Add a couple twists in there. What?
Yeah, full. I'm gonna do a corkscrew.
When you talk about the Olympics, what a great story or a weird story it was where she was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it," and then she drops out. Right? You're familiar with that?
I don't think. No.
Yeah, she. I think it was in the group competition or no, Aaron. When did she drop out? Was it group?
Yeah.
Yeah. She dropped out at one point. She said, "Nah, I'm done with the Olympics. I'm stepping out."
Yeah, you can't blame her. There's a lot of pressure, especially for Olympic gymnasts.
Yeah, man, the top. I mean, she's the best.
Yeah. But have you seen the kind of stuff that they make them do, man? To even be an Olympic gymnast
is the answer. I trained as a gymnast for a year when I was 12, between 12 and 13. So I do know.
Yeah, so even that's too old for training to be a gymnast.
What did you say, Daniel?
Sorry?
I said 3 out of 4 of us have done gymnastics at some point. Jason, when did you?
Me? I did gymnastics when I was quite young, but I was never good. I was never good at it. And it was never something that I did like religiously or anything. So I was never like properly trained. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to like gymnastics and the amount of training that they have to do, I know that because I used to date a girl who was in the circus, do you remember Ellen, Josh?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and she did gymnastics as a child, and she started when she was 10, right? And she was extremely good. She started when she was 10. She was extremely good, but even she, at 10 years old, starting gymnastics, was too old to have any hope of going to the Olympics.
Yeah, 10 is you got to be starting when you're like 3. To be honest.
Yeah, they start them when they're. That's what I'm saying. Like it's fucking crazy. So imagine doing it your whole life, especially with the extreme rigorous training they do. Like they really fuck you up, man. And then
even I started way late too. I was like about the same, about 10, and I did it up until I was like 18. So for 8 years, you're training like
that's a lot.
You're training like 12 to 16 hours a week, like these 4-hour sessions. And but it's great. Like
were you competing as a gymnast, Josh?
Yeah. You would compete in state championships, national championships, and stuff just within Australia.
Was this within your schooling or extracurricular?
This was at like an actual gymnastic association, and it was great to have that camaraderie and to travel and compete. And now I use those skills in my acts and stuff. So I'm super grateful and all that kind of stuff for that discipline.
This is where the backflip comes from, huh?
Yeah. I wish I could still do the splits. I mean, I can't believe I used to be able to do that, but
do you still do any breakdancing?
Any
breakdancing?
Yeah. I still do breakdancing. I recently just made sure I could do windmills again. That was interesting. What about you, Dan? How long did you do gymnastics for? You have like that gymnast body going on there. I can see now that you say that.
Short and squat, yeah, it's been helpful.
I still have the leotard.
No. So I was always a recreational gymnast. So I took up breakdancing in high school with some friends. I was probably 13. And just to get extra training in, I started going to gymnastics. And I was never good enough to compete in like state championships or anything like that. But, it was good fun to do. I did until I was maybe 26, 27, and my body's fallen apart now. I'm 36 this year and I've had shoulder surgery and I can barely move these days.
Great. So, let's battle right now.
I think I could still pull off swipes to windmills if I gave it a good crack. I think that's it. I think 1990s and 2000s are out of the question with the shoulder problems, but the older I get, the better I actually was. So it's a lot of fun to talk about.
Yep. I wish I had more videos of that stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
Do you ever think back into your own life? You ever think back into your own life and wish you took nearly as much footage as you did today?
Yeah,
there's some shit that I've done in my life where I'm like, man, I don't even have like pictures of this stuff.
We didn't have the convenience of these super duper cameras on our phones when I was at school. So to get someone to film, you have to come in with a freaking camcorder like that.
Picture problems. I'm like,
when I did Muay Thai and boxing and stuff like that, I lived and breathed that stuff. I don't have like anything to show for it though.
Yes, exactly. Literally nothing. I'm considering an origin story video, something longer form for YouTube. I can't find any pictures of me from like my like working the amusement park or any of the gigs I did when I was a kid, or there's a couple of street performing pictures, but man, not many, not many of me performing as a young magician.
Same here. I don't think I have any of me when I was like really starting out. Except for the like odd stupid picture of me being like this.
It's mandatory, as we know.
But no, none of me like performing. They were just pictures of me being gay.
Aaron, would you hand me the iPad? I found a good one. I'll share with you guys in a minute.
I was in a gymnastic lesson and my friend came up to me and was like, yo, I got this really cool accessory for my phone. And he plugs in a cord that goes to a mini camera. And he takes a photo and he goes, look, when I take the photo, it'll send it as a text message to my phone. Because there were no camera phones yet. And that was like,
that reminds me of when the Game Boy Color got that stupid camera that plugged into the top of it. And it was...
That's
right.
It's
like this shitty little printer. Yeah, it was terrible. And the picture quality was so bad. It was like, but at the time it was like, whoa.
And it brought out that game that put your face in as the alien thing, and you're like moving around. It was like one of those crappy, things are falling down games, and it would put your face in it.
Yeah, old school stuff, man. Our technology has evolved. Now people complain, like they'll take a photo on their phone. They're like, "Oh, this phone sucks."
They don't know how good they got it.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
fact.
funny to think about that because I still remember growing up with dial-up internet. You couldn't have someone on the phone while you were trying to, do an assignment because it would
Unless your parents were
screech out.
really rich and they had 2 phone lines, then you were laughing.
Man, that must have been nice. What was that like, Daniel?
Yeah, my first internet experience was text only, and it was that way for a while, and I loved it. So it was an amazing event the day pictures appeared in what was news groups or something. But imagine a time when the information ruled the internet.
Do you remember when everyone used to chat on MSN?
I was just going to say, have you guys always been earlier adopters of technology? Because I remember when the smartphone came out, I was thinking to myself, this will never take off, and TikTok comes out, I think this will never take off. And I always seem to be wrong. Are you guys on the forefront of what's going to be going on?
Not on the forefront, but I'm willing to experiment with things. Like when something comes out, I'm like, all right, I gotta see what this is all about because it could be potential gold. In fact, even now, TikTok is still I think one of the greatest opportunities in the world. I think that especially if you're a content creator or want to be a content creator, I think
agree.
that TikTok is one of the greatest opportunities the world has ever seen. People are constantly going viral. They're constantly becoming there are so many people that are becoming influencers, and it's all because
I'll leave. Go ahead.
Speak, Daniel.
I was going to say, as someone who's not too versed with TikTok and whatnot, is it not just the same as Vine, where it's just short form videos? And why did Vine disappear and TikTok's appeared? What's the difference?
So TikTok is going to disappear. Of course.
Well,
of course, TikTok's going to disappear. But but for the time that it is here, it is an opportunity like nothing else.
So TikTok as well. TikTok has evolved as well, where now you can have 3-minute long videos and you can do live videos that can also have another person on with you, kind of like how we're talking. So it's kind of gone past the whole 15-second video kind of thing, whereas now it's its own full platform. Obviously, companies can run ads on there, and so there's a lot of stuff happening on there now.
Maybe I should reconsider it and look into it again.
I mean, I've told you to do it for ages, man.
Yeah, you did. But like I said, before it was all short form, and that just wasn't my jam.
Even then, it's still something that, just because you don't like a short form content doesn't mean you shouldn't give it a try. Because
you're right. And
being good at short form is, I would say, just as valuable as being good at long form. Because if you can't entertain someone for 15 seconds, you have zero chance in hell of entertaining them for 15 minutes, right?
It's the story as well of, hang on.
Hawaii over there in the Booger Hollow.
You got some more, Doug?
I'm sorry. That was premature. Continue your conversation.
It reminds me of the famous...
I have that problem too sometimes, Doug. It's okay.
The now famous comedian Andrew Schultz, who has he had a Netflix special and he has the podcast Flagrant 2, wildly successful, that I listen to. But he was trying to sell to all these networks his 1-hour special, his 1-hour comedy special, and no one would buy it. So he put it on YouTube in 2-minute chunks, and he found that people would watch the whole thing if they were given the option to only watch it 2 minutes at a time, as opposed to when you watch a Netflix special, everyone sort of stops watching it before the end. They're like, yeah, it was really funny, but it was a bit too long. So sometimes the short form is a way to prove to people that it's worth them watching more of your stuff.
Besides that, making long form content is literally just multiple short forms put together. Because the rule for editing a YouTube video is something has to happen every 7 seconds, otherwise people click off. So now you're just making a video that's 10 minutes long, but it's actually just made up of 115-second moments, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that's the thing. So I would recommend doing short form. Plus, like I said, it's the biggest opportunity in the world. Get on it. Speaking of
YouTube, I'm still obsessed with watching this Steve Will Do It guy on YouTube, and he goes against all the kind of normal algorithm things where he's just got a video that runs for 20 freaking minutes, but you still watch the whole goddamn thing. And 6ix9ine is like in almost every one of his videos, hanging out with him, which is weird. But the reason I bring
what is 6ix9ine?
6ix9ine is a rapper.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's a sexual position.
Oh,
so so what's crazy is he has like this kind of slight vendetta against David Dobrik, where he wants to like give away more cars, but just out of his own money, not by doing a brand deal. And in this last video, he is signing the lease to give this guy a car, right? And then off to the side, he sees a guy in a military uniform, and just off the cuff, he goes up to him. He's like, "Here, bro, are you buying a car? Here's like $3,000 to help with the down payment." And the guy gets up, the soldier gets up, and he like thanks him and stuff. And then off camera, he like tells him his story about how he's going through some hard stuff. And then Steve comes out.
How do you know it's off camera if he's telling you the story?
Because you see him, but you don't hear him.
There's no fancy edits here. You see the guy walk off camera, right? That's the gist.
I know you know what I'm saying, Jay. You bastard. But so what happens is Steve walks out and he's like, and then he tells the story of what the guy told him. It's like, he had just gone through all this stuff to move closer to his kids, but then his wife's just left him and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so Steve's like, yo, so he's gone through a hard time. So watch this. And he goes to his car and he brings back a bag and just gives the dude $30,000. Like, this is just in the middle.
Though? It's ruined his life.
This is just in the middle of his video. Like, this is not even the title. He didn't make a separate video about this. He's just like, hey man.
Can I interject real quick here? Do you know what the problem with doing that is? And nobody talks about this, especially because this is in America, right?
Yeah.
Which is even worse. So obviously this military guy's fallen on some hard financial times. Okay, clearly not doing super well. When you go up to someone and you give them $30,000, the way that the government looks at that in America is that they'll say, oh, you made whatever you made normally. So let's say he's earning $40,000 a year, but you also made $30,000 this year. So you now have to pay tax on $70,000.
But which means cash. That it's cash though.
Doesn't matter. Well, there's proof that he's got it because there's a fucking video of it. So now the IRS got to be all over that like white on rice.
I still think you take the $30,000 though.
Man. It's like when they give away cars. They give away cars. They have to pay the tax on that. The people that win these cars. It's crazy. It's actually one of the few things that nobody ever talks about. In fact, most of the time when you see like a game show, and they say, "Congratulations, you've won a new car," but you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay income tax on that, and you're gonna have to pay your like property tax or whatever it is. Like when they give away a house, is like property tax.
It ends up being about $6,000 in tax to claim your winning prize.
Yeah, and most people can't claim it. Most people can't afford to take it. So
I've heard there are loan agencies that do give people money specifically for that purpose in the States. Is that right, Doug?
I don't know, but I have considered the life of a game show contestant. It's my fallback, so I'll get my people on it and get back to you.
Nice. I mean, it's not like you're not going to take it, right? Even if you have to pay some tax. But the point of that story was the point. The point of that.
Do you know also in those contracts that most people that when they win something like a car, there's a clause in the contract that is they're not allowed to sell it for a year. So if you do take this car and you can't afford the tax, you're not even allowed to then sell the car to pay for this money that you now have to owe. So really, it's like actually like one of the craziest things. It's one of the few things that I know about giving away expensive stuff is that you can't actually do it. Did you know that in Australia we actually have a thing called gift tax, which means that if you were like, oh, Josh, let's do a game show thing, and I was like, oh, congratulations, you won, man. Here's the car. The car's worth $15,000. You now have to pay a gift tax on that, right? And nobody tells you this. Nobody ever talks about this because it's ludicrous. It's actually ludicrous.
Sure, I was under the impression that winnings have no tax in Australia.
So that's gambling. Winning gambling has no tax. Winning a prize is not the same as gambling.
In America, they tax you right at the casino if you win big. They want their taxes right on the spot.
That's only in Australia. Yeah, Australia's the only place that has like a
common problem is government.
It's scary when you think about it. Like taxes are a very scary thing, especially when it comes to like gifts. Like if someone was going to just give you $100,000, that is actually really scary because you're like, all right. Like what actually happens is when people win the lottery, they say that the smartest thing to do is if you win the lottery, put it in the bank and don't touch it for 1 year. You can't touch it. You can't afford to. Just put it in the bank and don't touch it for 1 year. And then when the tax time comes around, they take the tax for it. Then you can do it. But if you end up for whatever reason spending some of that money and then you can't afford the tax, you're fucked.
I feel like we should fact check this for our next episode as well, because
we should
all
put
this
a
stuff
little
is true.
It's a good time to change the subject to Booger Hollow. We can quit talking about taxes. Look how fine of a young man I was.
Man, I'd tax the shit out of you, boy.
Look at that mullet.
Hey, man. Bob just tuned out at the wrong time.
Yeah, he did. Look at that.
I'm running off to the...
That is,
look at that.
That's Tom Frank's cowbell. He gave me that cowbell.
Wow.
When I hit the road.
Pretty sick cups you got there, buddy.
Nice aluminum. These were my
aluminum.
Look, this is in Arkansas. I learned the cups and balls probably 2 weeks before this picture was taken.
You know that... And it's funny because you're using 3 cups too, you weirdo.
I know, right? I learned the Vernon routine from the Vernon manuscript. I was locked down in Arkansas on my way to New Orleans.
What do you got there? Instead of aluminum U-Day cups.
New site. These must have been Morrissey cups, aluminum for sure.
They look like U-Day cups, man.
Look, while in Arkansas, I got on the front page of their entertainment section with this act. So. Somebody thought I was doing something right back then, or I was just a weird anomaly.
I would say weird anomaly.
Yeah, probably that. Look what rolled into Arkansas. With all due respect to my fellow Arkansans, but yeah, Bob, that was probably in your backyard there, man. Booger Hollow. He probably knows where that is.
Jeez,
I've heard they got population 8 now.
So I got monetized on YouTube. Finally,
congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thanks.
You're starting to see that little $ thing next to all your videos. Did you turn on all your videos?
I've turned on all the ones that are like getting views.
You should turn them all on.
28
Switch them all on. There's an option you can check to just turn them all on.
Is that the preferred course of action? Just turn it all on? Let YouTube go crazy with it?
What the fuck just happened?
What's going on here?
Oh, you're back.
That was weird. Was that me?
I don't know what happened. You froze. You froze for a second.
All of you disconnected for like a fraction of a second. It was very bizarre. Anyway,
that was you.
Anyway, now that you're all monetized, man, what's next on the agenda? Gonna make some of that sweet the Beast content, give away your winnings.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask, like, when you turn on the monetization for videos, there's all these crazy options of like display banners and things like that. Are you turning all them on as well, or are they actually a thing?
I turn them all on.
Okay.
So what it is when you turn them all on, it just means that there's a potential that those ads will be shown on your videos. It doesn't mean they will be shown on your videos.
Oh.
Yeah, right. So there's a possibility that they'll show a mid-roll ad, but they might not. They just might not do it. And then if you turn on the banner ones, it's like the little ads that like pop up. You can like click the X and close them down. Like I said, they might show those ads. They might not. It just depends.
Okay. Yeah.
But people that watch YouTube with the ads, because I don't watch YouTube with the ads. I have a subscription to YouTube Prime or whatever it's called, so that I don't have to watch the ads.
Premium.
YouTube Red? Premium.
Is it Red? Yeah, I don't know. I just pay the thing, so I don't have to watch ads. And but the people that do watch it with ads are used to it. So for them, it's just like it's an advert. Like they're happy to wait the 5 seconds to skip it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that's
sure.
That's the one thing I don't turn on. I don't turn on non-skippable ads.
Okay.
Speaking of monetization, I had one of the more terrifying things happen today as I opted into the YouTube Shorts monetization. YouTube
the taxes hit you.
No, they cut off my monetization, disabled it, and that paused all the memberships. And when you're not as part of the partner fund, you do not have access to help. You can't do a live chat with someone or something like that. So, I was in limbo for over an hour, losing my mind, and where I thought I was going to have one of the happiest days of the year is the Shorts is being monetized, and I'm opting into that. Instead, they're like, "Oh, we're pausing your monetization, and good luck." And good luck finding help with YouTube. They have one option, which is like send feedback. So I did that, and thankfully they put it back on without explanation to me why it happened.
Maybe they're trying to do like you can either have monetization for this or for this, but you can't have both. You know, maybe they're trying to do that.
I read a few interviews and articles about it. That does not seem to be the case, and it is listed as a bonus in the.
Yeah, true. Okay, I don't really know then. Did they hook you up though, Dougie?
It might just. It's not that much. No, is the answer. Not even 1,000. So it's not even that exciting. But just being on the radar is exciting.
So what you're saying is I can have that money then?
No. What I'm saying is it might pay the car note that has been paid by our stepson, who's now an adult. He was a juvenile. His father passed away before he was born. So we've been receiving a Social Security payment. This is a lot of information you don't need, but that's what's paid. That's what's paid our car note. He turned 18 yesterday, so that money isn't coming in anymore. And this is a good time for me to be bringing in a car note's money.
Let me share. Let me share something with you then, so that we're equal. I wasn't very close with my father when he died, which is a good thing too, because he stepped on a landmine.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
There you go. I thought we'd change the pace a little.
Jake, I appreciate that. You'd rather give money to us. So I guess that's a good time to plug our Patreon, right? Patreon.com.
Jake Rowe is the man. Jake
is a
member of my channel. Yeah. Bear 2002, Bear Magic 2002, also a member of my channel. If anyone else wants to become a member of my channel, you can do so by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. I put out extra content on there where I teach the good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you might just plug our podcast Patreon, but
also the Patreon, yeah. Also the podcast Patreon, yeah.
The Patreon here, those Magic Jams are great value. The Zoom Magic Jams alone are worth being a member here, in my opinion.
Yeah, which we have Daniel, one coming up this weekend.
I should join. Oh wait, I get to do it anyway. I like the jams.
Daniel, when you signing up to the jams? Get your shit together, man. Sick of you.
Yeah, let's just say today.
By the way, we have to do a jam soon, eh?
It's Friday.
Yeah,
right?
no, look, honestly, I've been meaning to sign up, but I've been going away, and when I'm away and I'm working, I obviously don't have time to jam, or if I do have time, I don't have the internet because they send me to weird and exotic locations. But yeah, it's something I'm interested in getting into now that I've got nothing but time.
Nice. The cool thing is, as well, for anyone listening who isn't a Patreon, when you sign up, you get access to watch all of the previous jam sessions we've had. Because all three of us have taught some pretty cool things, like on the Zoom, that you can go back and watch. Like Jason has run through his cups and balls, like the beginning sequences for us to learn, that kind of thing. There's lots of gems in there.
Tell Daniel that, man. He'll be doing my show next to me.
Yeah, man.
Well,
for only
my own book club, so I've got a few jams going on.
For only $10 a month, you can learn Jason's act.
Yeah, I should just do a full tutorial on my act and just give it away to everyone. Everyone can do it.
Yeah.
Just put it on YouTube. Someone will steal it.
It's already on YouTube, man. People steal it all the time. I remember going to Melbourne. I'm not going to mention any names, but I did my show there. The first day I arrived, I did my show. The second day after doing my show, sharing a pitch with some people, this guy came in and did half my act word for word. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, dude, that was fast. Like, holy shit. I was like, you copied it that quick? Holy crap.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm always of the mindset it's gonna happen, so who gives a shit?
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you're good, you will be stolen from. That's the thing.
Magic, huh?
Yeah.
Magic.
The only art form we're doing that is okay.
I think Patrick. I think it's Patrick. He's in our chat here. An honorable mention to him. I'm pretty sure it's him in the Tarbell Magic series. In the Tarbell Magic series, he put up a video as Darth Vader, and it was freaking funny. He went to lengths that I didn't think someone would go to for their video. Quite impressed. quite
Is this
impressed.
the one with the handkerchief and the deck?
No. This is another. Maybe this is a second week or something, or I'm just thinking of the wrong magician. But in the Discord, one of our guys makes a video as Darth Vader, and it's also like as if you're watching a sitcom where he's getting interviewed to the camera in a Darth Vader voice, talking about how he's been trying to practice in lockdown. He's like on the toilet as Darth Vader, like shuffling cards, and he's like, "I'm practicing here," and he uses the Force to close the door. It's funny.
That sounds funny.
And he's like showing his kid who's wearing a stormtrooper helmet a trick, and the kid doesn't react, he just like strangles him from afar, and the kid just it's funny. It's funny stuff.
It's cute.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been cool to see.
There you go. It is him. Thank you. I have too much time.
Hey, I thought it was.
Patrick did ask a little bit earlier. Do you guys have any issues with copyrights on your monetization on your videos? I can tell you, Patrick, I can't monetize any of my videos because the intro does use a copyrighted song. Been saying that I don't have enough viewers at this point to really care.
No, well, that's where you're wrong. You do have the fact that you have a channel is enough that you should care about whether you're using copyright music. If you use copyright music, you're at risk of just having your channel taken away from you. So let's say you grow, you finally get to a point where you're like, oh, I can monetize, and then YouTube will just be like, oh, copyright music. Nope, they won't allow you to monetize.
That is a very good point. But like I said,
the thing that I use, and I convinced Josh to do this too. It took ages to convince him to do it, but it's get an Epidemic Sound subscription and just use that music. It's the best. It's the best way to do it. You get,
I mean,
you get good quality music, sound effects, and all that sort of stuff.
Bro, I was using Artlist before you had
that's
Epidemic
crap,
Sounds.
though. Artlist
But
sucks.
it's still copyright free. So it's
No,
not
I know
like
that,
I was
but I'm saying it took me ages
using
to
mainstream
use
music.
the good one.
Okay.
So there you go,
All right,
Patrick. It does matter.
And now we tried to convince Doug to do it too. Doug, did you get yourself a Epidemic Sound subscription? I've heard some good
Maybe
music
now
on your channel lately.
that I'm literally making hundreds of dollars a month now, I might consider it.
Nice.
You got to get on it, man. Another option though, if you're not looking to spend money, if you have a Spotify account, you can use Stream Beats. Stream Beats is a pretty good one.
YouTube has a free library of music as well that you can use.
You can use that too,
Yeah,
I think Harris Heller he's a YouTuber from the Alpha Gaming channel or whatever, but he has a lot of free music that he puts on Spotify that you can use for your videos, which is actually pretty good stuff. Like, it's actually not bad music. So
I am using Storybooks. I just haven't found my way around it that well yet, and there's so much
Storyblocks.
Storyblocks. I get it for $10 a month with LumaFusion right now. I think it might be a bit restrictive. Like maybe they don't give me full access to everything, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I think there's like a couple of different memberships. I think the only thing that you'd be restricted on is like the quality of the video. So like I know that because Josh and I have an account with that, and our account is a HD, I think. But we can't get like 4K, I think. Something like that.
I see. Yeah.
I mean, why would you need 4K, right? That's just excessive at this point.
Now.
Yeah. At this point right now, yeah. Once I start getting different quality shit going on, I guess I'll probably up it, but who knows?
Well, yeah, we're talking new cameras, new computer to render the 4K, etc. I'm like,
well, my computer's already pretty up there.
Well, yeah, you beefed up. Let me tell you, the editing experience on the iPad with LumaFusion, it's butter. It's just so juicy. I don't want to give that up, but I would really like
then. They say you should stick with what you know. The Final Cut Pro, from my understanding, is very similar, but it just has more options.
Yeah,
but I don't really think like for the style of videos that you're doing that you need anything like
obscene. And like I'm not even using a tenth or even probably a 5% of what that program does.
That's what I mean. Like it's really like what do you need it for? Like
exactly.
me, I know that my long-term game is that I want to do some crazy shit, right? So I'm gonna need the software that's gonna be able to deal with that.
Yep.
And that's why I use fucking Adobe Premiere. As for copyright music there, Mr. Daniel J. Shields, I recommend that's probably the first thing you sort out when you start making a YouTube channel, because
Yeah.
And those
to be
videos that
fair-
you have that are already up that are using copyright music, I would recommend unlisting them or taking them down. Or
There's also the option to mute that part of the video. It'll do that
there's
for
also
you.
that option as well. Yeah.
Oh,
And you
it's there now. To
yeah,
cut
then
the-
you can and then you can
Oh.
add like the YouTube music that's like
You can
copyright
replace
free
Well, that would
over
be
the top of it.
greatly helpful to me. I have quite a few clips that I've put TikToks in that can't be monetized because they have the music from TikTok, which is, copyrighted music, I guess. It's not a strike, but they claim it, as something. It's a thing. I don't know.
It's copyright claim, so that it's
Yeah,
making money, but it's going to the person that claimed
Right,
it rather than you.
So you're saying on the YouTube app itself, I could edit that sound out and replace it.
If you're talking on it, it's not going to be able to just dub out the music.
Yeah, but
if
it's not. Those are
silent-
places where the TikTok is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I thought my voice is on it too. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll mute. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not-
Oh, that's
Never
right.
just
Yeah,
yet.
you use the TikTok music when you make your TikToks, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I like today I didn't because I don't want to anymore, right? Like just for the reasons you said, if I'm using music that's copyright free, I have zero worries. So
Yeah, that's what I do. I just edit in my own music from.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
so-
opting that way. I don't know that YouTube is concerned about it now. In fact, one of the things YouTube's doing is you can use any sound from any video on the platform for a short, any sound. So if you haven't opted out of this, like I could use a sound from one of your long form videos on my short form video, Jason. Like I could just
but they also gave people the option to like I can turn that off so that you're not allowed to use
yeah,
that.
if you know that you can, but the thing is you can turn it off. You're not turning it on, but you can turn it off. So if you don't know it's out there, like there's some like there's a limitless amount of music, I would imagine, from YouTube. Limitless.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of options for sure. What are we looking at here?
So then you could use music videos, Doug.
That's
mainstream songs.
Right. That's what I understand. Unless the creator turns off that option.
Right. I like
it. Yeah, it's good. Like it's helpful, obviously.
I don't know that it is. I found it surprising that they made that choice. Like to open the whole YouTube library. But maybe it's they're playing hardball with TikTok, I guess. Like
Jason,
how many sounds? Look what we got.
Right? My YouTube now lets me make a short. Like it has the short functionality in there. Oh, it's not going to show you.
Mine has that.
Is yours?
Yeah.
Have you tried doing that?
Has the little yeah. It still has the little beta symbol next to it, right?
Yep.
The app needs a lot of work. It's far from good.
Which one?
If you're not editing, like we edit out of the app, right? But if you're editing in the app itself, it is not a friendly, happy experience.
YouTube Shortcut put up his rope trick.
I did put that up today. That's right.
Look at it. I twist him, baby. Looks like a string of licorice.
It's pretty standard.
It is.
Right. I'm brand new at that one, so I didn't. Although
You've never done this one before.
I did use this. Da-da-da-da. Here's my secret tool. Here it comes. Woo, there it is. See it?
Yes.
What is that?
That's my knot holder. So when I'm doing a knot steal, it's right here.
Wow.
Instead of in my pocket.
One time I did I was playing around with some thimbles, and Doug said, "You're not very good at that." Is what he said to me. Well, Doug, I got to say that acrobatic knot trick, you're not very good at that.
Is it bad?
No, it's not it's certainly not one of my favorites that you've done.
Well, maybe that's because it's brand new. I've only been doing it. I've been doing it about a week, so.
Good trick though. Like, it took me ages to even change the original because you're doing like a very original, like the OG handling of that.
I
trick.
learned it directly from Daryl's DVD.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Upload.
So and I used to do the same presentation for a long time as well. I only just recently changed that presentation, so it was a bit different. I made a trick other day with clips from Avengers Endgame, and on YouTube Studio it said it was flagged and couldn't be shown to certain countries. You can't. Yeah, it's very hard to use movie clips, which is why I'm so surprised that Bao got away with using the Ant-Man and Jimmy Woo thing. You remember that?
I remember him
about the
mentioning
back
that
palm.
trick.
Yeah, because he did
I
the
remember.
back palm thing where he produces the business card and whatever, and he taught it on YouTube. But he used clips from the Ant-Man thing and never got flagged for it. Which to me, I was like, "You're one lucky son of a gun."
That is surprising.
Yeah. Instead of being flagged, it went viral, and he got 1.7 million views on it. Son of a bitch. That's on long form, Doug. That's on long form.
Yeah, that's
Dang.
this just last week I've decided that I am going to take the old college try at making some videos that's going to appeal to the mass public and not just people that want to learn magic or that are interested in what I've been teaching specifically. So
That's where I'm at too. So I've got tutorial Tuesday, and then I'm trying to do other things as well. Things that obviously can still involve some degree of magic, but for the most part, it's just I just want a more diverse audience to be a part of.
I'm going full out magic show. It's going to be just a longer. It's just going to be magic. Is all it's going to be. It's going to be performance videos. So it's just going to be me doing magic. That's what people seem to like on shorts. Why wouldn't they like that in the long forms?
I guess you're going to have to find out, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the guy.
So were you the one thumbs down on this rope trick, Jason? I do have one thumbs down.
I didn't even
on my YouTube.
I didn't even give it a rating, to be honest.
Well, I'm looking at 1,000 people. 250 of them have liked it. I don't see anyone that's saying that either there's a flash or the trick was poor. And so I'm going to say that you have magician brain, and I'm not going to take your.
Okay, so just to be clear,
yeah,
I never said it was bad. I just said it wasn't one of my favorites that you've done. That's what I said.
Yeah,
just to be clear.
You kind of said
so you can always watch this video back and check for yourself, but don't get upset about it, young man.
I was like, I thought it was okay.
As you can see, there are zero ratings from me. If that's going to ever.
No, there's that was a joke. There's one guy, but only one guy who dislikes all my stuff. But
now that you've said that, I'm going to give you a big fat dislike. So
all engagement is welcome in the House of Khan.
That's why
you should guess how the trick works while you're there, please.
There's one guy that doesn't like Doug's videos, and that's why Jason thought he'd bring them onto the podcast today to settle that beef.
Daniel, nice.
So yeah,
and I
anything
feel like,
you want to say? Anything you want to say, Daniel? Yeah, fuck that Doug guy.
Yeah, I don't have anything to defend myself. I'm sorry.
Before we,
I swear everyone has that one dude that hates their videos though, because on my channel as well, all my videos do I usually get a 0 dislike ratio on my stuff.
Hey, look, if you've only got one guy disliking your videos, you're pretty lucky you've only got one guy disliking them, I think.
You think lucky, or do you think that I just maybe put a lot of effort into my videos to make sure that people like them? What do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who just hate for the sake of hating.
I don't think that's
one
true.
guy hits dislike and you've appealed to everyone else. That's not a bad effort.
I think the more haters you have, the more it just means you've made it.
There's also that, yes.
Yeah, they really don't bother me. Like maybe occasionally, like someone will get under my skin for a weird reason, but in general, like I don't care. Yeah.
Like here, I can show you guys this. So this is my like and dislike ratio. So you can see this 100%. Then I got the one random dislike on these three, and then these ones here are all 100%. So you can see like 100% like ratios here, and then there's the one odd here, 100%, one. You know, there's usually just like one. Oh, two. What did I do wrong on this video?
You must have.
I logged on to both of my accounts to get two.
But you can see like all of my dislike ratios. Like there's there you go. There's two on that one there.
I get the hates the most on the tutorial videos.
On the tutorials, this is my tutorial here. So I got one on that one. Then the other one that I did, this one here, got one. This one here got one. Wasn't a tutorial video though. This one here got 0. This is 100% tutorial approval rating, baby.
How often do you get people in the comments saying you shouldn't be teaching this trick?
Never, because I ask for permission from people to teach tricks.
There's a few interesting comments before we wrap up. Let's talk about this quickly, because in the comments, these are people learning magic from us. So Gutmaster Mike, just change your name, Gutmaster Mike. I'm overwhelmed with tutorials. And then Tom also agrees that he gets anxiety that
Jake
there's
Rower's
too many.
comment in about Doug's rope routine? Could you just put that in, please? There was one flash, Doug. You fucker.
He says, I hate to be that guy.
No, I'm aware of that. If you slow the video down right when I grab the rope, there is a flash.
No. I saw it without slowing the video down, young man.
Where did you see it?
But
Okay,
what do you guys think about, these guys are kind of saying they're worried that there's too many tutorials for them to be able to take in and they're going to miss out on ones that are good. And what are your feelings on that? Because there are a lot, right? There's a lot of tutorials on any Magic platform.
This is my thought, though. This is my thought. A lot of the times when it comes to learning this stuff is you do just go through a lot of tutorials and you do just ignore a lot of them. And that's kind of part of it, though, because eventually a trick comes along where you're like, I'm learning that. Like, I'm fucking learning this, right? And those are the ones that you commit to and you learn. Like, I know for me that there are so many different versions of the cups and balls out there, for example. And I ignored most of them for many years, but then I saw Gazzo's handling of the cups and balls, and I was like, I'm learning that. And I just zoned in on it and I learned that. You know what I mean? And it's the same with like coin magic, like, like a nice retention vanish, for example. But then I can't do something like a Himba vanish, this one. I can't really do that one very well. But that's because it's just not for me. And even though I've watched the tutorials and I've never really paid attention to it, it's just the way it goes. You just got to sort of sift through everything until you find the stuff that suits you as a person or a creator or an artist, whatever.
It's also important to actually go out and perform those things, or it's all theoretical until you're actually doing it in the real world.
Exactly.
Look, I got into Magic late, and I've had that same problem. I was in my late 20s when I started doing Magic, and it was just overwhelming with everything out there. And it would have been nice if there was like, you start here, you go here, like, this is your reading list for cards, this is your reading list for coins, if there was...
But then every magician would be the same, right? Yeah. And like, we already have a problem with magicians all being so damn similar, right?
I'm just saying, to start out with, for a beginner, it would be nice if there was a consolidated list of, this is where you should start.
Literally, if you
with the amount of stuff out there.
If every magician just started with Tarbell, by the time you got through all of it, that's all you would need. That's all you would need to learn.
Even that cups and balls routine, dude.
Yeah, cups and crazy. Everything, like most of the stuff we've seen, like, is in there. It's crazy. So I just say,
when it comes to like starting to learn Magic, though, you got to start. You just got to start, and you got to find the stuff that you like. I think like when it comes to, I know people who started off with like really hard shit. Like, I remember meeting this dude who could palm like an absolute champion, and he never learnt the double lift though. So he was doing like card to wallet and all this crazy shit, but he never learnt a double lift. And I was like, what the hell? He's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Like, he was just shocked by the idea of a double lift. But the end result was that he was actually doing some cool shit. It was pretty unique the way that he would get into positions. He never felt the need to show that the card is not on the top or on the bottom, which actually made his Magic like better, in my opinion, because he wasn't trying to overprove things. It's just stuff like that. If you just start messing around with ideas, just go out there, learn some shit. Eventually, you'll find the stuff that you must learn. You're like, I must learn this trick.
The tricky part is separating the real world from the Magic world, because the Magic fraternity will give you this illusion that it's, it's existing. It does exist in its own world, kind of like the Star Trek conventions or the comic conventions. They've got their own universe, and this is a whole different universe than actually performing Magic in the real world. So
it's literally what you just said when I said that your video wasn't my go-to. You said he's probably got magician eyes, and I'll take it with a grain of salt, which is exactly how it should be taken. Whenever a magician specifically comments on your videos, that's how it should be taken, with a grain of salt, because who the fuck cares what Jason Ma thinks about Doug's rope trick? You know what I mean?
About anything.
Yeah, that's it. No one. Yeah. Before we wrap, by the way, can I just say it's awesome that we have 15 people watching this live, like an hour and 9 minutes into this. So to you guys, thank you. We appreciate you. Crazy. It's all because Dan is here. So thank you for being here, Dan, and bringing all those chicks onto the pod to watch this live. And
Dan has a wife to be, man. He can't be having chicks anymore. Sorry, buddy.
Well, they're all like, because you shut down your OnlyFans, now they're coming here to see you. So we'll take it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesse Champlin is in the house. We love Jesse Champlin.
Ticket online, I think.
Who is Dan and how can we find him? So this is Daniel J. Shields. You can find him predominantly on Facebook, I believe. I think he also has an Instagram account as well. He's actually not too active on social media, but I'm hoping that by doing this podcast, that will change.
You have a YouTube channel. Is it still there? Are you still like...
my YouTube channel is still there. I've got 2 at the moment. So the wife-to-be and myself, every second week, we review the latest Penguin lecture that came out. Because,
So
a lot of Penguin lectures, people don't
So Dan, on the side of your screen, there's a little thing that says private chat or comments. Click the one that says comments.
Yep.
And people are saying that they want to find you, man. They want to see more of your stuff. Who is Dan? Where can we find him? Dan was the MVP is another comment. So there's definitely reason for you now to start making content. Also, Dan was, I believe you were featured on Chris Ramsey's video recently, right?
Really?
I believe you were with your coins trick, if I remember correctly.
You mentioned you do reviews with your wife. Is she a magician as well, or is she giving her input from she's a magician?
She is a magician. We met through a mutual magician friend, and things just took off.
Cool.
It was me. I introduced her.
She does stage magic, not necessarily illusions, but stage magic.
Cool.
Things just took off from there, and I've always loved the Penguin lectures, but there's never really been anyone reviewing them, and they're very mixed bags. So I thought,
Magic Orthodoxy reviews them.
Does he really? I've never seen one of him review one.
I guess I'll just quit then. If someone else is doing it, we'll just quit.
I'm fucking with you, man. No, he doesn't do reviews on that stuff.
So we do this thing called Magic Martini Mondays, and we make
it's martini time.
It is. That's the song we use. Yeah.
What's the name of your page, Bug?
The page.
What's the name of your channel?
The channel is called The Shields Oz Magic Duo. I'll whack that in the
just
chat.
rolls off the tongue, doesn't it, boys?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Well, my name's Daniel Shields, so it's the Oz Shields Magic Duo, whatever I just said before.
Magic Duo. Gotcha.
How do I even put something in the comments?
Wow.
I couldn't figure that either. Don't feel bad.
No,
I tried to. I got lost.
There's a chat section in this video. Anyway, that's cool.
No, look, if I chat here, hello, will that pop up in the comments?
In the private chat, yeah, so I can see it now.
But it's not on the other chat, so
no.
It's not,
I'll tell you what,
you can chat, we can't.
But I could grab that and put it in the banner.
Throw up a few links on their Facebook.
Put that in there.
Trying to see if I can find this. Maybe he didn't get featured. My bad. Must have been another guy. Sorry, dude.
No, I only submitted one video to.
Yeah, it was very successful though, from my recollection. It got so, like comparatively to like the other stuff. So let me just pull up Reddit here.
Yeah, there's a little coin thing, and everyone
into anything. All right.
Everyone kept saying it was the Himba Vanish, and it wasn't.
That beautiful. No, it's not the Himba Vanish.
No.
But it's funny that it's so funny that move that you were doing, because it's a false count that was taught like a long time ago. It's so funny that you learned it from a guy that posted it like 3 years ago or something. Like it wasn't even that old.
I'm Daniel J. Shields on Reddit. You can probably just search the name at the top.
Here we go. I've done the work for us on YouTube. There it is. The Shields of Oz Magic Duo. That's what we're typing in.
Sorry,
if you can't find it by my name, the title of the video was Army Guy Plays with Himself or something like that. Because
that's right. People got mad at you for that.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. Because I'm in my army uniform and the title was An Army Guy Playing with Himself. And people are going, you should probably change the title. It's a joke. Oh, there we go. My lovely partner's jumped in the chat and she's whacked up the link to the YouTube.
Sick. Fantastic. Well, should we wrap it there? An hour and 14 minutes. I kind of, this is exciting. We have people.
Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
Okay, good.
Another 4 hours if possible.
That means my lovely wife-to-be can hear me in the next room when she's trying to work from home. So I need to apologize for that.
All right, cool. Well, let's wrap it up there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a real slice. Let me turn that up for you. Oh, yeah.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Oh, wrong button.
That was a jam. I like it.
Oh, do you, Doug? You like that jam, do you?
Thanks for listening. It's time for us to disappear now. But we'll see you again on the next episode of The Magic